Hello and welcome to my trying to fix video here. As you can see, this is a PCB and it is that of a Super Nintendo. Okay, so this does not work, and I have a bunch of these, as you can see here. I have a box full basically, and I just thought that it might be interesting to try and record one. So that's what I'm going to do. So basically, to start with, this I have diagnosed before. It's got a mode 7 issue apparently with the PPU 1 or 2. God knows which one, but it also does not have a fuse, which is here. I've got this up quite high. I may adjust for the future when I attempt to record more, because I think I'm going to try and record and sort of log, just do fun things, because I quite enjoy fixing things. So first of all, let's install a fuse and see what is what. So actually, let's see if I can zoom this in a bit. Yeah, I can. So if I do it about here. So basically, you've just got two pads here. There is no fuse. And this is a 1.5 amp Pico fuse that Super Nintendos need. And there we are. It is as simple as that. So I do not know what this is going to do. I'm just going to plug this in to make sure it turns on. When I say I'm going to plug this in, I mean the controller port. I'm thinking I'm going to have to bring this down because I actually cannot see the top of this. I'm recording with my phone because I have no good camera. But I've got the wires here ready. And you need a cartridge. So this cartridge here, it's obviously Super Fire Pro Wrestling for the Super Famicom. But I just took the mask ROM out and changed it with an EEPROM, I believe. So as you can see, the LED is coming on here, but nothing is happening. So rather than a mode 7 issue, it appears to have a black screen issue. I know you can't see, so I'll probably edit this part out, but yeah, so that's a black screen. So basically it's probably the PPU 1 or 2. So that's what I'm gonna do. So basically on these Super Nintendos, you've got, this is the CPU here. I don't know if you can see that. That looks a bit weird actually. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so this is the CPU, this is the PPU 1, and this is the PPU 2. So that's picture processing unit. So basically they die, and this is my little 3D printed guy. I just noticed that he was turned over there. So yeah, these are quite old now, so unfortunately the chips sometimes die, and it's usually one of these three. Which is why I've got a whole bunch of extras. So this one is a black screen, but probable CPU apparently, because the CPU traces have been damaged. So I don't know if you could see that. I've repaired these traces, and there was one over here on the work RAM, and it still didn't work. So I believe the CPU is dead. So I'm gonna try to replace the PPU1, I believe. I will try first from there. So I'm just gonna put my hot air on here. I've got it set to 367 degrees because it's just a potentiometer type one. It's not digital. And to be honest, I'm not going to use any flux to get this off. Yeah, my little guy is going to have to move, I think. Because you really don't need to use flux that much. I'm not going to start with that. I'm going to start here and just remove this one first. So I don't want to make the heat too high, basically, because these PCBs have a tendency to bubble up, because they're from sort of the 90s. I'm not entirely sure when. Probably about 92, 3. No, that's not a date code. Nintendo put date codes on their things. I was wondering if this was one. I think we're getting that. There we are. That's the PPU that I want. And then I'm going to put it onto here. So let's just go straight into that. I'm just standing up so I can see what's happening on the camera. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to adjust this because I can't see what's going on. This is basically just my first test to try and record here. I don't know how I'm gonna do it in the future, but I need to be able to see what's going on at least, I think. I did not consider that. So once I get this off and I put this one on, the other chip, I think I might try and adjust that. Nearly there. There we go. Oops. And then just straight on with the other chip. I'm not using flux just yet because I do not need it yet. I just need to line these up. Yeah, man. think that's about it. I obviously will be using flux, but I just don't do it while I'm doing with the hot air. I'm just pushing down so to make sure that it's pretty well on there. That should do. Okay, so I'm going to stop recording now, try and adjust my camera, and I will come back to this in a moment. Okay, so as you can see, I've adjusted it. I'm going to try this. It's a bit closer. Just testing. Right, so here we go. So this is my flux. I use whatever this is. MG Chemicals, no clean flux. And I drop things. So basically this is liquid flux, and once I've got these on, whatever chip it is, I just heat up my soldering iron to about 350 degrees, put a bit on, and just reflow like so. Now obviously that's not going to be perfect, but yeah, that's pretty much that. And if you can see here, I don't see any bridges there. If it focuses. So I'm just going to do that to every corner, every side, because technically the corners are not what I'm doing. Now I do plan to try and do like a microscope thing as well, so I can zoom in on what I'm actually soldering. I've got it set up, but I'm just testing this for the moment. So I think what I'll do is I will reflow this as I am. And then I will try to show it on that sort of microscopy thing that I've got. Technically it's not a microscope, it's an overhead projector, but yeah, it may work. And if not, we'll see. So I've done that. I will now try to show it on that. Okay, so as you can see, I have got this thing here. Hello. It's a projector, so it's not the best ever, but it's what I've got to work with for the moment. As you can see, the reflowing that I did, there's a couple of bridges here. It's not the best work ever. Usually I can do better than this, but recording is a bit, well, recording this closely is a bit of a new thing for me, so it's not my best work, but this all looks okay. I think it's actually just this here, so that shouldn't be too difficult to do. I may even be able to do it on this thing here. Oh, this is difficult. Hey, there we go. That's not too bad. Okay, so again, there's no guarantee this is going to work. However, that is pretty much how I change these chips. So I will just plug it in now and we will see what happens. Right, so I'm just gonna update you here and then I will put in a little video. So it seems to have worked. There were a couple of bridged pins down in the bottom left as well, which I just went ahead and fixed with a bit of flux, because I don't think that this projector thing is going to work out all that well. It's got no autofocus or anything, so that's all irrelevant, but basically this appears to work. So I will now flash over to just this test cartridge working. And here we are. So this is the Super NES Service burn-in test cartridge. So if I just go to the burn-in test, we can see if everything is working as intended. So it just blanks out a little while it's doing video things, I assume. And there we are. Everything passes. Unfortunately, I can't put the audio on because it's essentially a Zelda 2 song, but as you can see, it's working now. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will try to make the next one a little better. Bye.